Hello, my name is Charles Webster Baer, and today is September 8th, 2014, and I'm in Tianjin, China, and my website is gig15.com, and I am the King of Earth. And the reason the reason that I am the King of Earth is because I was anointed the King of Earth, the first and the last King of Earth, by the three goddesses of the Milky Way galaxy. This happened last month, and it was unexpected. I didn't think that I'd get the job. So that means I am the first and the last King of Earth, and I'll try to do a good job. I'm glad to be King of Earth. It's good to be the king. It's a lifetime position, so anyway, as King of Earth, I've decided to save the Earth, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to save the environment, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a immediate and significant and sustained decline in the human population on Earth, and the human population will go down until it reaches a sustainable level, which is 2 or 3 billion. And then once it reaches a sustainable level, then it can remain at that level. And this will give the environment a chance to heal, and this will allow the environment to survive, which is important because humans need the environment to survive in order for humans to survive. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do that in a number of different ways. One way is by using logic and common sense to explain to humans that A, there are too many people on the planet right now, and B, because of that, they don't need to make any more people. So I'll convince my species to stop breeding and reproducing using simple logic and common sense. That's one way. Another way is I'll support the United Nations in its efforts to promote female reproductive rights, which means I will support legitimate governments, and legitimate governments are governments that provide all females with total and free access to all forms of birth control, plus birth control education. And governments that don't do that are illegitimate governments. And illegitimate governments will be quickly and peacefully replaced by legitimate governments. So governments need to support female reproductive rights legally, make it legal, financially, make birth control free for everybody, culturally, socially, They need to make it acceptable for women to decide to not have children because that's the correct choice, and people need to realize that and say it publicly, out loud, over and over and over again. Because, females need to A, have the right to decide not to have kids, and B, be encouraged to make that decision, because it's the right decision. Because if a female decides not to have kids, then she's got more time and energy and resources to spend on her own education and her own career, and she'll end up having a better life because of it, and so will everybody else. Because we need to make sure that in the future people are able to breathe clean air and drink clean water. It's a quality of life issue. So that's my support for the UN and my support for female reproductive rights. I'm also going to support the International Monetary Fund because they're going to unite the planet economically. And I want to unite the planet. I want to create one world government, politically, one currency. And we'll do that with freedom of speech, total freedom of the press, total freedom of speech online, democracy. And we'll unite the world by uniting nations economically through economic treaties and economic communities, much like Europe has already done. So stable economies, countries with stable economies can merge and form larger countries. In order for a country to have a stable economy, it needs to get out of debt, pass a balanced budget amendment, which means it's illegal for it to go into debt again, pass a law that means that it cannot have more than 2% inflation in a year. It has to have less than 2% inflation every year, and make sure that the government's finances are 100% transparent. All government spending is public immediately and totally. That's a stable economy. And when governments have stable economies, when countries have stable economies, then they're able to merge with surrounding countries and neighboring countries to form larger countries. Like Europe is one country, and it's expanding to the east and to the south. I want to turn Asia into one country, and it'll expand north when I sell East Russia to Asia for $40 trillion American dollars, half cash, half financed. The money, of course, going divided evenly among the Russian people. The EU will get Western Russia, and then Central Russia can be for the Russians to remain Russian. There's plenty of room in Russia for everybody, including Asia and Europe. And here's another thing I want to do. This is really what I want to do. I want to take North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean and turn that into one country. One country. America. One country. North Pole to South Pole. That's my real project here. And if I can pull that off, then I can start to turn, the entire Pacific Ocean into one country. Asia, America, everything into one country. And then that'll be half the planet, and then I'll just turn the rest of the planet into one country. Then there'll be two countries. Then I can take those two countries and turn them into one country. So that's what those are some of my goals. That's what I'm going to be trying to do as President of Earth. The main one, of course, is to save the environment, and like I've already said, the way I'm going to save the environment is to create a significant, immediate, and sustained decline in the human population until it reaches a sustainable level, which will be 2 or 3 billion. So that's my main thing. So basically, my main thing as King of Earth is to tell my loyal subjects not to have any more kids. If you've had kids, don't have any more. If you haven't had kids, don't have any. Don't impregnate. Don't get impregnated. And that's the main thing, because we can do that now, and we need to do that now. And so we will do that now, because the King of Earth said so. And you need to obey the King of Earth. So that's about all I have to say for right now. My name is Charles Webster Baer. I'm in Tianjin, China. Today is September 8, 2014. And my website is gig15.com, GIG15.com. The GIG stands for Global Internet Government. The 15 stands for 2015. And, you know, peace and love.